Hello, everyone. This is just a mid-summer semester review of the MarketWatch game. So I've been playing along with you guys a little bit with the MarketWatch game, and you'll see that currently I'm in fourth place, and I'm very happy to say that three students, Giovanni, Jared, and Owen, have outpaced my returns, um, with Giovanni garnishing almost $200,000 in returns in 3 weeks, which is astonishing. And uh, most we have in the top 10, everybody's made money in the top 10. If we go to, let's see the full rankings. So go to the next page. Okay, so everybody from the 19th position, so we have everyone except for one student who's a little low on trades, has made money in the simulation. And remember, that I am looking at the number of trades you make, and I take points off on a weekly basis if you don't meet the minimum number of trades each week. Okay, so while you're in your portfolio, you can see that they have this nice little bar here. So this is a little informational on your profile. It tells you your net worth, your overall gains, your percentage return, remaining cash, buying power. So remaining cash, now, as we learned with margin, I've used my cash, my equity, and I'm only left with my margin buying power. So I got 449,000 left to spend, and I borrowed 675,000 so far in my trades. So you can see that this is a progress bar down here, which is pretty cool. So you can see that this is WTI, which is Weight Watchers International, has been my biggest return. And I have IQ, Sogo, Roku, Coop. So these are all the stocks I bought that are doing well, and these are stocks that are doing bad. So if I find a stock, um, some of these are newer positions. So this TiVo here, not doing so well. I can look into my portfolio, and generally when I have a stock that's not doing well, and this will rank my portfolio, and I see that players holding it, a number of players have seen my position doing well here and have bought the stock. And so TiVo not doing great, so I'm going to click on that. I'm going to sell my shares of TiVo here. Let's see, I'm going to sell all my shares. Oh, wait, I want to sell all my shares here and submit that order. So then again, the stocks are relatively new, so give those some time. Now, where do I get the ideas to buy stocks? Well, first of all, this is just a game, so don't buy any of the things I buy in my portfolio with real money. If you want to buy some of my positions in the virtual stock market game, that's fine. So one of the areas I go to is Yahoo Finance. So I'll go to, this is, as you can see here, Yahoo Finance. And I'm just going to center this a little bit. So here they give me I get a quick synopsis of what's happening in the market. And then they have a lot of news articles, what's happening in the world today. And then I get a quick list of stocks I've clicked on recently. So here's an interesting one, Box. So Box is doing pretty well. I might go into the portfolio, type in Box, and then I'm going to trade it. And I like this, so I'm going to buy. Let me get about $100,000 worth, and let's submit the order for that. Okay, so going into Yahoo, they give you there's some news stories here. They talk about different stocks and things are happening in the market. They have our cryptocurrencies, and we see that Bitcoin is about 6,000. And then they have trending tickers, stocks that are trending in the news or information about them. The most active stocks that have been trading a lot, and GE was recently removed from the S&P 500. So maybe in my portfolio, GE, let's dump on GE like everybody else. So I'm going to trade GE, and now that it's out of, I'm going to sell it short because it's out of the S&P 500. I'm betting the stock price will go down, so I'll sell that short. I'll go back to Yahoo Finance. I'll see, here's some top gainers today. ZTE, which is, I wonder if that's the Chinese cell phone company. Let's see here. Oh, pretty low PE ratio. Check on profile. Won't tell me. So this is the Chinese telecom company. And this has been in the news today with Trump trying to remove some of the sanctions against this company and Congress working against it. So interesting play here. So let's see if I can get that ZTE. Okay, so I'm going to trade ZTE. It's a very low price, so let's do about 10,000 shares. Because maybe Trump will be successful and allow them to sell into the American market. I might have a problem trading this since it's an unusual stock. All right. Let's try remember the ADRs are, this is traded on Chinese exchange, so I don't think I can trade that, but the ADR is been converted to American exchange, so let me buy some shares of that, and that works. So I can buy the ADR, which we learned about in class, is how you take a foreign stock and make it exchangeable on American exchanges, because I'm not able to trade stocks on Chinese exchanges on this simulation. So these are, people are watching these similar companies. So let's go back to Yahoo Finance. So this is basically what I'm doing for the trading. I'm just kind of looking around on Yahoo Finance to read some articles, see what's happening in the world. Rite Aid is in the news. Also, what's being added to the S&P 500 is Walgreens. So let me search for, there we go. I'm going to search for Walgreens. So let me just continue looking. Fox in the news, Disney upped their offer to buy Fox. Starbucks is not doing well either. They're having some issues with changing leadership, declining sales. So these are the market losers. These are the top mutual funds, top ETFs, currencies, commodities. So all sorts of interesting things to look at here. I is a top gaining stock, and you might want to know why. So I could click into I, and I could say, okay, read some news stories about what's happening. Intel stock popped 22%. Space company shares rocket following analyst upgrade. So there's some information about why the stock is doing well. So if I go to the portfolio, I think I like some of those reasons too. I'm going to buy some I. So I'm going to trade, but I'm going to put a day order in, and I'm going to put a limit order. So I want to buy, it's currently at 1932, so let me see if I can get shares at 19. So the limit order will, as we learned from chapter 3, will not execute this order until the stock reaches 19. So I'm going to submit a limit order to buy that at 19. Maybe I could get a better price on it. Okay, I could also simultaneously, as I put that order in, I can put I could actually put a second order in for I and say I don't want to put a limit order, I just want to buy in a good day order, and I leave it a market order, and I just want to get whatever price I can get, so I can put more shares of that in. Now, Starbucks was having some issues. Stock went down a lot yesterday, and it's maybe the momentum is downward on this, so sell it short and sell some Starbucks short because there's a downward momentum. People are not liking the stock right now. I'm going to bet that trend continues. And then there was one other stock I was talking about. Let's see down here. It's pharmaceutical. Nope. Oracle. Yeah, let's see. Now I forgot there was one other stock I was interested in. So this is basically what I do. I kind of look through these, see what's trending, see what, I don't like to buy stocks I would sell stocks that are currently down. I would sell those short. Stocks that are doing relatively well, I would like to look at the most actives and some of the trending stocks to find something that could be interesting to move into. And of course, the market isn't actually even open yet, so things aren't moving that well. And the futures are up, saying this is what they think the market's going to be a down day in the market today. And that's all right, because in a down day, I can make money shorting stocks that are not doing well. So maybe I'll find another stock to short. Oracle seems to be not doing so well yesterday, so I'm going to continue. Bet that it's going to go down more. ORCL. So I'm going to trade Oracle. But again, I'm going to sell it short. But maybe I will put in a day order, but I'll put a limit order in. And I'll say I want to sell it short at 43.25. So if it goes up just a little bit, then I'll sell it short at that price. And then, in my portfolio here, I have a position here that's not doing well new. So I'm going to go to that position. And what I'm going to do here is I'm going to trade this. But I'm going to, let's see, I'm going to trade. And I'm going to put in a sell order. And I'm going to put a stop. How many shares of this do I have? Let me go back. So I have 4,000, almost 5,000 shares. So if I want to put a limit order in to sell my shares, it's currently at $25. So if I put it in at 25, meaning if it falls to 25, it's sort of a stop loss order. If it falls to 25, it's just going to sell it. So I'm going to keep this stock, about 4,000 shares of the stock. If the stock continues to drop, price continues to drop anymore. So this will protect me on the downside, because I'm not sure, I don't want to lose any more money and this keeps going down. I'm going to put a sell protect on that. So there's different types of orders you could put together on your stock trading, different ways you can take advantage. So if you think stocks are moving down, you could, so we have this now, this block is on hold because of that. Some of the orders I'm putting in, that's my limit order on the purchase of a stock. So these are different orders I can put in, and I can go in to actually see, my orders. This is my portfolio. Let me go to my overview, and then I can see the market. I want to see, there is a part where I could see my current orders. It's just a little slow here. All right, so performance. Here we go. So I could see, here's my pending orders that I just placed. So this is the buy at the market open. This is a short at the limit. So I'm going to short this at a limit, and here is my stop, my sell stop at new. So these are all things, the sell short, the limit order, these are all things that we talked about in chapter 3 that you should test out in the MarketWatch game. You know, different tools you can use to help to optimize your trading a little bit. Now also, if you go into, let's go into overview, and you see, let's look at our number one player, and you can do this to any of these players, as you can say, here's a number one player. So let's see what he's traded. So I can actually go into his portfolio, and he currently has no holdings, but in his performance, here's his history. So he's done a lot of trading on this particular stock right here, and this stock as well. So he's made a lot of trades. You can see that he buys and sells. So he's sort of day trading a couple different stocks. So he's more of a day trader. He's not buy and hold. I'm more of a buy and hold. So AVLR, let's just see what company is that. I am not sure. AVLR. So I'll go to Yahoo, has better descriptions. Shouldn't ever buy or trade a stock if you don't know what their business is and what they do. So I can look up their portfolio here on Yahoo. And Yahoo also gives me charting abilities and statistics and different information on that. So let's go back to the overview. We can look at the second place. Okay, while this is loading. So our second place player, we could move and jump into his portfolio while, and we see Jared. Okay, so he's working with, he currently has, so he's more of a buy and hold. So he has Amazon and Tesla, Sony, McDonald's, Microsoft. He also is playing around with this particular stock, and we can see his performance. He's doing well. His pending, does he have any pending trades? No pending trades in his history. So you can kind of see his buy and sell history on his stocks. And if we look, going back to this company profile, so they're in Seattle, and tax compliance cloud-based solutions worldwide. Okay, interesting company. So it's a cloud-based company, and cloud companies are very hot. You can look at the statistics of this company and see, you know, $2 billion market cap, 13%. Sorry, very large return. If we look at they're moving 52-week low, 53%, $35, $53 on the high. We see that right now they have revenue growth is 25% quarterly, no net income, so they're doing pretty well here. So this is an interesting stock. I would probably follow this stock a little bit more closely. So this is just some ideas what you can do in the virtual the stock market watch game that we're playing in. So let's if the market's open, my stock positions are down already. So I think some of my stocks have traded, and the market is open and ready to go. Also, remember that you can go to MarketWatch also, like Yahoo Finance, and they'll have a lot of information about stocks, different news things that are going up, ideas, stocks in the news, ideas of different stocks to buy. Like, oh, Walgreens, that was the company that I wanted to buy because they're adding that to the S&P 500. So if I go back into my games, you'll see that there's one game in this class, the fall of 2016. I made almost $3 million in this game. That was my best game. In the last two games, in the spring 2018, I made $150,000. So I play along. The trades I make don't ever use these to Walgreens. Not sure how they spell it. That's really I'm trying to figure out this stock symbol. This is Walgreens Boots Alliance. I don't think that's the stock, but it is Pharmacy Health. Well, that's a weird name. That threw me off, the Boots Alliance, but that's Walgreens. Okay, WBA. So it's down a little bit. I'm gonna trade. It's being added to the S&P 500, so I'll buy 1,000 shares of that. It's down today because I think it had a pop up the other day when it was added to the S&P 500. So, okay, like I was saying, if you go to MarketWatch, it's another website to go to that gives you some information about stocks and what's happening, as well as Yahoo Finance. And you can also go to, there's a Motley Fool stock investment site you can go to. It's good for beginners. That goes over a lot of beginning information on stocks, that you can also read about stocks, and they have advice and latest news and how to invest, personal finance, so all sorts of good things to kind of look at here. So the Motley Fool is another good website that goes over ideas in the stock market, stock education, stock ideas. All right, so that's it for this video. I just wanted to give a quick recap to let you know I'm watching the stock market games, and I'm tracking everyone's progress and looking to see how people are doing. And I just want to give you some ideas of ways to trade. So not only can you buy and sell, you can sell short, you can use limit orders, you can use stop loss orders. And I encourage you to kind of investigate those things and think about those while you're trading in the stock market game, because this is probably one of the best tools for learning how to trade and make those mistakes with the fake money now before you use your real money. Okay, good luck and happy trading.